With this week's concerts, we begin celebrating in earnest the amazing exhibit here at the High Museum, just across the plaza from Symphony Hall. Over several concerts between now and the middle of January, we offer music created in Vienna, a fulcrum of classical music creativity for over 3 centuries. The High Museum exhibit celebrates over 6 centuries of artistic greatness, as collected and paid for by the rulers of Austria, a remarkable dynasty named the Habsburgs. I'm standing in front of a ceremonial carriage that was first used to transport the children of the emperor. It's called the Prince's Carriage. It's just one of over 90 artifacts, including paintings and sculpture and ceremonial costumes and armor, that are traveling outside of Austria for the first time ever. To begin our hats-off celebration this Thursday and Saturday, Robert Spano conducts the Beethoven Symphony No. 7, premiered in Vienna in December 1813. Conducted on that occasion by the composer himself. It is a work of celebration because another Beethoven premiere on that concert was a tone poem called Wellington's Victory. It was a grand, noisy affair filled with patriotic tunes that praised the defeat of Napoleon by the Duke of Wellington just the previous June. The Viennese were particularly sensitive to this victory since Napoleon's troops had occupied Vienna twice in the preceding decade. During one of those sieges, Beethoven is said to have covered his already nearly deaf ears with pillows. The bombardments were so loud. The symphony on this concert, while it has no direct programmatic connection to the joy of the Viennese, is a joyous work overall. Another composer, Richard Wagner, called it the apotheosis of the dance. And while each movement is not necessarily danceable, driving, propulsive, infectious rhythm dominates the symphony. Each movement has a distinctive signature rhythm that drives the music forward, fast or slow. If we do our jobs well this week, you will at least be shouting, if not dancing, for joy in the aisles. Creativity in Vienna is matched this week by creativity right here at home in Atlanta, as we present the world premiere of an Atlanta Symphony commission by the composer Jonathan Leshnoff. Jonathan's music first came to Robert Spano's attention just 3 seasons ago, when Robert was a last-minute substitute maestro for a Philadelphia Orchestra concert featuring the music of Mr. Leshnoff. It was the world premiere of his flute concerto. Robert was so taken with that piece, he immediately asked Jonathan to write 2 works for us, this symphony and a cantata we will present in April as part of our centenary celebrations for Robert Shaw. This is Jonathan's Symphony No. 2, and he's given it the title Inner Space. It is inspired by the book Inner Space by Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan and explores the wonders of Jewish mysticism. It's an incredibly beautiful work, constructed in a large arch of several movements. 2 years ago, Jonathan was just beginning this work, and he invited me to his studio in Baltimore to hear him play sketches of the piece in progress. I still get goosebumps remembering that day. There was, at that point, very little on paper. Much of the inspired playing Jonathan did for me in his studio that afternoon was coming directly from his mind and his heart. The finished symphony calls on all the virtuosity of this great orchestra. It's a work full of intensity and an overall mood of celebration. As such, it's an ideal counterpoise to Beethoven's Dance of Joy. I hope you'll find time in the weeks to come to visit this magnificent exhibit at the High Museum. While the Habsburg dynasty has faded away, the works of art, both physical and intellectual, that they inspired remain. Why not come this Thursday or Saturday late in the afternoon, see the exhibit, grab a bite to eat, and continue the exaltation of the art with our concerts? A nearly perfect day, to my mind.